am Bam Dam, a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes a heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns the corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
How would Paul Bryant like to hear that?
I'd like for people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't ever been nothing but a winner.
Alabama defeats Miami. Calling has succeeded.
This is not the end. This is the beginning.
Roll Tide, everybody. Roll Tide. I had to do that little bit of delay coming in there. I just felt I needed to come in with a little Roll Tide, roll, everybody. Let's make it a double tonight. Oh, my God. We got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get into it, just in case anybody out there missed it, and when y'all rewatch this, in case y'all didn't hear it the first time going around, we are Bam Dam, a damn Alabama family, and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brothers and sisters. We appreciate everyone. Thank everybody being up in here. Before we get started, I got to bring on my brother, though. I got to bring on the one and only, the Reverend Phil So Good. Come on down, William.
I want everybody to think here for a second. How much does this game mean to you? Because if it means something to you, you can't stand still. You understand? You play fast. You play strong. You go out there and dominate the guy you're playing against and make his ass quit. That's our trademark. That's our MO in the team.
Roll Tide, William. How's it going, brother?
Roll Tide, roll, baby, and don't you damn quit.
Roll Tide, brother.
You play fast, you play strong.
Always, always. Well, how's the weather treating you up there?
That's right. It's cold up here. It's going to get down really cold tomorrow too. It's like a deep freeze up here.
Well, we just went through our first, I guess you call it snowmageddon down here in the South. When you get over half an inch, everybody freaks out anyway. But but we did have a lot of areas got anywhere from 11 inches. I think was the most I've heard down here in the South. Most common's been 4 to 6. So I mean, it's a pretty good little dusting down here. I know y'all used to them 7-8 foot kind of snows, but pretty major for us down here. And by the looks of it, it looks like we've got one more coming in. We got one coming in where that Arctic blast from Canada is going to dip down in here and hit us one more time. What have you been seeing that?
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're getting some of that now. So today and tomorrow. So yeah, it's pretty. It's going to be pretty cold there. It wasn't so bad when I went out to the store a while ago. So it's the temperature's down, but it wasn't no wind blowing, so it wasn't so bad of a wind chill.
Well, now for the Bam Dam Sports weather report. Let's. I want to go around the table right here. Roll Tide, rise up. Good to see you, brother, as always. Todd, love you, man. You know that. Stephen Hicks, you always a man, brother. High tide, brother. High tide. MFR Jones, good to see you, brother. Todd, you was in here early. Oh, there you are. Todd's up in here. Appreciate every single one of Jeff Stapleton. Always, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And if I missed anybody, I do apologize. But I like to, before we get started, my topic tonight. And my topic tonight is rest in peace, traditional football. I could also say traditional sports altogether. Because they have, well, before I get into it, I've got to ask you, my man.
Yeah, because I got something too, if you don't mind.
Let's get to the latest news here. What did you think about Ohio State beating Texas, the last standing SEC team, to move on to the championship game? What did you thought when you first saw the score or heard it?
Well, I still don't know what the score is, but I mean, I didn't get to watch it anyway. I was hoping we could have been represented in there being SEC. Texas let us down, so there that is. And I don't know what else to say on that.
So can we honestly go horns down again? Can we go back to that? Horns down? Can we do that?
They were doing it. Buckeyes were doing it. So if they can, why can't we? But we was going to get guys penalized for it. I don't see the thing up here, man. You don't have the MA. So
let me put it up there right quick. Let me put it up there right quick.
But yeah, I mean, we was going to get penalized for that. Oh, they's going to put yards and shit on us, extra yards and shit, and that shouldn't have never went any damn way, you know.
Hello.
Hey, but they was able to. So
I'm giving thanks to little Joe up in the house. No, it was. Actually, it was a better game. It was a better game than I thought it was going to be. Now, I really thought that Texas would win this game. I really did. But they have an issue. They have the same issue that Alabama had this year. If you have a starting quarterback that's having a bad night, they didn't have the cow balls to set that quarterback to the side. You notice I said cow. I didn't say bull. I said cow balls.
Right.
And I said that for a reason now, just so you know. Anyway, horns down. But wouldn't set him to the side, let him see what's going on, you know, because he's been playing hurt just about all season, except for the very first game. Your boy, I mean, they would not do it. I don't know if their backup, a Manning boy, was not ready. I'm not sure, but they did the exact same thing. They did not let him, when he's not being able to run the offense, they didn't pull him off. Hey, man, come sit beside me. Let's talk about it. Same thing Alabama should have done with Milroe. Exact same thing. But it was a good game altogether. I mean, it was a lot tighter, whole lot tighter than a double-digit win. It's a whole lot tighter than what, you know, if you just look at score, it was a double-digit win. But, you know, it is what it is. Congratulations, Buckeyes. You know, good luck to you moving forward. All I can say. But now, with that being said,
okay,
I need this Rick tradition. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all. This title, this whole thing came to me at the very first of the Cotton Bowl. Very first of it. The very first of it. Team captains come out both sides. The referee comes out there. He got his coin. He just flips it. I'm going, what? Nobody said heads or tails. What? And it landed on the ground. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa, wait a minute. That's not that's not tradition. You go in, the team calls, you know, gets it. They go heads or tails. The guy flips it. Whatever it lands on, they got the option to keep it or not. So they just took that totally out of it. Now it's they put both teams, one team on one side, one on the other. They just flip it up, and wherever it lands, that's it. I know that's trivial, y'all. I know that's petty as hell. Believe me, I know. But when you add that together with everything else they have been doing, you can't tell me they ain't trying to do away with traditional football. I mean, just on that one thing. What do you think, William?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid. they're kind of retarded. I mean, you didn't even give anybody the option to call it, and then you just flip it. That's the way I'm getting what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not what we've done forever. You know, you want to hear one of the captain, whoever got the call, go heads or tails, you know, and it goes up in the air, that little drum roll, boom, and then it hits, and they go, which side? Now it's just they walk out there, boom. All right, you landed on you. You want the ball or not? You know, they just take it. Just that little bit of I guess a minute, maybe they're saving in TV time. Maybe I don't know. It's just that little bit, just killing me. Then I got to thinking about it. Then I started listening to these, let's call the sportscasters up there in the booth. And then after the game, watching ESPN, SEC Network, listening to all these analysts up there talking, and they all had the same talking point. It's almost like a political thing that we've watched for the last 4 years, where one side has a talking point. They send it out to everybody in the media, everybody involved, and they say the exact same thing. Well, I'm here to clarify something, y'all, because it really got under my skin. I mean, the other one did too, but this is messing with my football, messing with college football. And they're trying to make it sound, and I love the way they were putting it across. Because, you know, y'all heard us on here for the last 4 years talking, we need blue bloods on our team. We need blue blood, blue collar. Blue collar, hard-working blue collar. I do apologize. I said blue bloods. I don't want blue bloods. I said that wrong. My bad. I'm reading my notes right here. We want blue collar. Yeah. That's what got me tore up there. Because they're trying to make you believe when they are describing a gentleman or a team, they're calling them blue bloods. They're doing it in a way they want you to think they mean blue collar. Like we've always raised the belief, we want a good bunch of blue collar, hardworking people. But let me clarify something for you real quick. Blue blood. Blue blood.
Yep.
The terminology for that is it comes from privileged, noble families that are wealthy and powerful. So what they're saying is technically correct because these players are being paid to play now. They're being paid to play. All right? They are privileged. They're getting paid to play. So what they're saying is correct, but they're trying to confuse it with blue collar. Now, let me explain blue collar to the people who watch this that don't know what blue collar means. Blue collar is the working people, typically refers to those in hands-on jobs. In other words, really get down there and put the work in. Put it in to get better. Get it in for your team. Put the work in to get as good as they can be. That's blue collar. That's what we need at Alabama. And they're twisting it. They're twisting the wording now. They're twisting it. It's driving me crazy. They are twisting it, and it's just they're trying to do. I mean, what do you think, brother? I mean, give me your input on that one. Am I wrong?
A prime example of that is Carson Beck. You know, the fucker's a $4 million damn quarterback, and what the fuck did he do? Not a damn thing. That's not blue collar. I mean, you can say you put work in, but did you win it? Did you get a damn fucking national championship when you was there? I don't think so. I think their last championship was what with that Bennett dude, wasn't it? I don't know, but that's I don't know, but
I mean, I agree with you, but bring up Carson Beck. I mean, he is another good point in this argument. Because right now, the way they're twisting everything, they're trying to go all money, trying to make college nothing but a, I guess, mini NFL. You know, they're going to have to go to contracts. And once they do, might as well call it NFL too. You know, or CFL,
Yeah.
College Football League. But anyway, either or, that's another step of tearing down our tradition. It's all about the money. And before I get into Carson Beck here, let me try to remind everybody, how did we get here? We got here through traditional values and football. That's how we got here. The tradition of college football is what brought people in to play. They wanted to see players with heart. They wanted to see them come out there and fight it out. And when they're down, there's nothing else to fight for. They pick it up and they keep fighting. And they paid the money to see it. They bought the jerseys. They went to the tickets. They bought everything they could in the concession stands. That's what brought the money up. Brought the money up. They built bigger stadiums. More people came because they loved the tradition. They loved it. I've listened to so many fans who went to watch their team play against Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Nick Saban Field, and they were so impressed with the pregame tradition that Alabama did, showing how everybody through the years, the different players, different coaches, they was very impressed with that. They was also impressed with how Alabama people carry themselves with respect. But still, it's a lot of tradition that they are trying to just do away with, break down totally. And the tradition is what got them the money to do what they're doing now. Tradition is what gave them the first TV contract. It wasn't NIL. It wasn't transfer portal. It was tradition. I mean, what do you think, William?
Yeah, I'm just reading some of them comments, man. But I agree with you, man. It's just outrageous there. They're talking about Carson Beck went to Miami for $10 million, man. It's just.
I thought it was just four. I thought it was just four for 1 year.
It's four for Jaga paid him for, but he's getting paid $10 million to go to Miami.
Okay, I really thought it was four to go to Miami too. Without the Lambo, I thought he was getting 4 years for 1 year though.
He fuck ain't worth it. He sure the fuck ain't worth it. We seen him fucking last play when he got that goddamn money there. He just said, "The hell with this here. I done made mine. Fuck y'all." And he act like he is playing, but shit, we fucking down. Fucking backed his ass up. He couldn't do shit. Why? Because of the tradition, like you said, the tradition that was and is as a team of gelling together. You ain't got that whenever you got one player that's going to be making the money and y'all ain't getting shit. I mean, how would you feel? How would you feel if you were working that line there just to make him look good? And then you're out there putting the work in, trying to keep somebody from getting to him. Why? If it ain't for you ass and shit, and I think that's the way they got to feeling and got to thinking, saying, well, hell, he's making all this damn money and we ain't getting none of it. So what the fuck, Why am I out here busting and risking getting injured myself? Why would I want to do that? Common damn sense, and back to tradition, you had everybody that's fighting for the same goal, for the same thing, and that's what it was back then. You had a brotherhood. I'm going to protect my quarterback so we can come out and win this thing. See?
Let me ask you
that's
this.
long gone now.
Let me ask you this, William. I mean, you bring up a good point, and I agree with you totally. But let me ask you this: looking at the last 2 years, just the last 2 years. Do you think the reason not only Alabama but other teams will look really good when they should, and then look really bad when they should be really good, was because of what you're saying? The players who ain't making the big bucks or laying off, making the guy who's making the big bucks look good. Like a lineman going, "Hey, man, you going to share some of that?" Nope. All right, fine. Go get him. He got sacked. 15 yards. Oh, so sorry. Oh, and these receivers, I've seen more drop balls this year through college than I ever have.
Right.
I mean, it's from everybody. Running backs, tight ends, receiver, everybody dropping these balls. I'm going, okay, am I going to get some of that money? Oh, sorry. Oh, what'd that do to your stats?
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Damn. Do you think? Because right now, to me, the patients are running the asylum without stretch jackets. Without being all tied up. They're not getting their drugs. Well, I guess they are getting their drugs, but they're not getting their shots to calm them down, and they're running sane asylum. The players are totally running what's going on. And it wouldn't shock me if a lot of our losses, a lot of other teams' losses ain't because of stuff going on in the locker room. What do you think?
To add to that, and I do want to give a shout out to my fellow co-workers there that's probably watching this, because I've told them what time will come on. And shout out to Jaden Hyden, and I want to shout out to Justin Davis out there. How you doing, fellas? They're. Well, I know that Justin is a Iowa Hawkeye fan, and we've heard in the news what they done. Those they were getting in trouble because they were betting in the placing bets,
Right.
And so, and that's why they wasn't doing a whole lot of winning, I mean, they wasn't able enough to make no playoffs or nothing like that, and they might have been betting against Iowa, the players themselves, and that shouldn't be to where that could happen, and who's to say that they're not betting to throw the game or something, the players that's not doing that. So you got to deal with too on top of that.
Okay, well, let's get real about it. Since tradition's out the window now, players ain't there playing for hard. It's all about the almighty dollar. So who says you got? Let's say Georgia, for instance. Let's just take Georgia. I'm being hypothetical. This is no proof of nothing, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm just putting this. I can say the same thing about Jalen Milroe. All right, matter of fact, let me go with Jalen Milroe on this. Jalen Milroe, he's got this big money coming in, got good contract. He is set. And his linemen and everybody ain't getting as much as he is. He's getting meals.
Yeah.
They may be getting $5,000 here, and he ain't even buying steak dinners. So they're out there going, hey, man, you need to go help, brother. Okay, fine. I'm going to let a few in, nail your butt. See, told you ain't all that without us. But then they go into the big games.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, all right, this is it, y'all. We need to make his kind of money, so let's all go together. Let's bet against us. Let's get somebody to bet against us. And we throw this damn game, and we win because we just bet the money, and we threw the game. So now we got our money. Because it ain't about heart.
Yep.
It's all about the money.
Right.
You remember? NFL had to make rules for that. Because players in the NFL were doing that back in our day. They were throwing games. They were doing things on purpose. So they had to put rules in place for that. Well, we ain't got nothing. It's fair game to everybody right now. Because so far, I haven't seen nobody step up to the plate that has any control to say, hey, this is going to stop in 2025. This is stopping in 2026. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing moving forward. So love what you see right now because it ends on this date. I see nobody with the balls to do it. Have you heard anybody?
Right. Heard anybody speak against?
Anybody willing to take control, step up and take control?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't heard anything like that there. And motherfucker there, you see motherfucker John, he said, like the referees, they're doing that shit there. I don't doubt that a bit there, motherfucker. I agree with you, motherfucker. I agree with you. Fucking referees are getting in on this shit here, and they're getting that. They're placing bets and shit. I wouldn't, with my hand up, I wouldn't doubt that in the least bit. Not happening.
Me either. But I will have to give it up to how the playoff games are called. They did now there were some times where you had questions on, they've been letting this go the whole game. Now, why do you decide to call it right now? Why? You've been letting them do this the whole game. Mm-hmm. There was some of that. But for the most part, they did let them play. I wish they would have called the whole season for everybody like the refereeing was done in this playoff. And they made mistakes then too. Don't get me wrong, but not like they did all year long. It's like everybody's making a statement like William was saying there. Like that, somebody had money on the game. And it was, somebody who wasn't even near the play was throwing flags. And it took a cameraman moving his camera to find where it came from. Because the refs around the play didn't throw crap. That makes you have to wonder. Yep. I mean, you're right there, William. I got to give you that.
Yeah.
But talking about
and I still go back to that Oklahoma game, and I'm sorry people might disagree with that, but that damn fucking down ball there where our guy was made a damn touchdown, and they called it back because something on the goddamn 35 fucking yard line. I mean, somebody says it's a legit call, but I don't know. But it came after touchdown, came after that. Pissed me off, but go ahead.
I'm gonna give you something else to think about, and everybody else out here think about. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I'm on this shit here. Let me see what I got here. All right, I got my usual Sprite, and I got a Jameson, and I'm gonna need some help now from the audience. I'd like to see what I want to do. This is how much I got left in the glass here. I got room in here. Do I need to put a little bit of peppermint schnapps in that to flavor it up some more?
No.
What do y'all think?
If you do, get that garbage can. You're going to need it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ooh,
I ain't adding none.
Anyway. Y'all help the man out over here, please, y'all. Don't need to see
do I need to do it or not? Okay.
I don't say nothing.
But anyway, it's just I don't know. It's just it's a shame there. We can't get back to the tradition of excellence, as Bear Bryant said. Back in the 50s, we had a tradition of excellence back then.
Yep.
So
there's Justin. Justin Summerlin's up in the house. Good to see you, sir.
All righty. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
You was talking about tradition of excellence. Go on with that. When do you think we lost it? At the
I think that was lost pretty much whenever the changes started happening. Whenever you was able to transfer just so easy at the drop of a damn bucket. Drop of a hat. Well, hell, I don't like this here. I'll just go on. That's not keeping you where it needs to be. So you used to you'd go to college for the prestige of it to get a good education. But most of all, that's what Coach Bryant, that's what Coach Saban all preached, and I'm pretty sure the rest of them in between there too. You go there to get you a good, fine education first of all, or you didn't get to see the field. No, you just didn't get to do that. But that shit's, like I said, that tradition's gone. And yeah, whenever I don't like what he fucking did. Make me sit out, if this shit was going on when Joe Namath was there, I think Joe is a different card though myself. I think he's a different one. He could easily said, well, hell, I don't like this here. Him making me sit out, I'll just leave.
Back then,
because he got penalized for what? Yeah, he didn't. That's right.
He couldn't.
I got great respect for them. I watched YouTube where they did an interview with him, and he talked about that a little bit there, and he said, I messed up, I knew I did. So yeah, I sat out, and it hurt. He said it hurt, but I stayed right there with it. So, but yeah, that's where it happened whenever you first started being able to do that, I think. And then you get this other stuff involved and stuff.
Yep, they just building it up. Hey, Galeto, good to see you. Good to see you. Just so that you know.
Pass.
Yeah, I got you. But I see another tear down of tradition, and they are just AA ticket. See, sir, I'm seeing it being built up, and it's getting ready to start. And wait, the media is going to be jumping on board with this. I promise you, everybody's going to be jumping on board. They're going to hype this, build this to the end. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. We're going to have more people watching the draft than ever. We're going to have people who never even gave a flying fuck about the draft watching it this year for one reason and one reason only. They want to see, where does Jalen Milroe go in the draft? They want to see this. This is not the best class of quarterbacks that we've had in the NF available for NF draft. So they're going to want to see, where does he go? Is he going to go in the first round, second round, or third round? Or wherever. They're going to see that. And the reason why, because if you don't go in that top 10, your money cuts in half. If you don't go in the first round, you're only making in the like 950,000, 850,000. You make even less money. So they're going to go, okay, he went, Jalen Milroe went in the second round. So now he's making a guaranteed for, was it 2 years? Or is it, I forget what is it, 4 years? It's 4 years, ain't it? It's 4-year contract when you first go on. I think it is. But anyway, so he's going to make, let's say, $950,000 a year for 4 years. Well, then you get Carson Beck, who pulled himself out of the draft and took the $4 million or whatever it is to go down to Miami to tap his snatch anytime he wants to. So they're going to be comparing, well, should people come back and go into the draft? No matter how great how much they love their college that they played for, no matter how much. It's about money now. Screw that tradition. Screw that heart. This is going to be another nail in that coffin to tear down the college football tradition. I mean, what do you think before I go any further with it, William?
Yeah, I mean, you think, college used to be, what was it, 4 years was all you needed in college then you graduated and stuff, and now you got some of these here players and athletes there doing the college, and then they go 5 and 6 and probably 7 and 8 or however many.
Well, you got to keep this in mind. This year was unique. It was the last year for the COVID year edition. So that added an extra year to everybody right off the get-go. But you still have red shirts, you still have gray shirt, you still have injury. You still have them, which they need to. They need to have them for these players. Because if they get hurt or something, or they come in on scholarship and they need to develop more, they don't lose time and play. But these days, you don't get developed. You're going to go wherever the money's at. I didn't start. I put myself in transport portal to see what happens. I mean, that's how I see that one. But with the Jalen and Carson Beck, well, first of all, let me go ahead and predict it now. Carson Beck, he's going to go there to Miami, ACC. It ain't the same competition as the SEC. And he'll start off pretty damn good. But then he's going to get, I'm going to call it limp-legged, because that snatch is right there with him, and he's tapping it every damn night. He's going to get limp-legged. They got better drugs in Miami. So his mind's going to go. And I'm not even going to make this. I don't want the man to get hurt. I'm going to say a fender bender. Yeah, I'm going to say a fender bender or a speeding ticket. Something's going to happen to that Lambo. something's going to happen at Lambeau. He backs into a pole or something at the grocery store. There's something will happen to it. I'm sorry. Or it gets impounded something because he's going to be too tore up. He's going to be doing something he shouldn't be because he's where he shouldn't be right now. That's my opinion. I mean, what do you say?
I agree. I mean, he's looking at them dollar signs there, and right now, and what you said there, it'd be better for him to just stay where he's at, or as AT said, they're just go on and try to go to pro, I guess, But he said Beck won't make it in pro, but what he want, a fucking alien head there and shit. They're big up here and down being right here, just alien head.
That's called a dickhead. That's what that's called. It's called a dickhead. You got the shaft. And
I got you.
You got the mushroom up there. Yeah, dickhead. Yeah, that's what you got. So it looks like. Anyway, he makes more money than I do, and I got a watermelon head.
I mean, did you notice how his play just ventured off? His style of playing just ventured off after he got damn money and shit. I mean,
he didn't give it.
He had him backing up.
Yeah, he thought he was better. You could see it on the sideline. He treated his teammates like they were beneath him. You could see it on the sideline. You could don't mess with me. It was pathetic. I wish they wouldn't have showed that on camera. I really do, because I'm a Kirby Smart fan. But there's nothing he can do about that. And Alabama, it's all college football. That's where we're going. That's what I'm saying. Tradition is gone.
And our defense had him backing up, man. Backing up 10, 15, 20 yards. Almost in the damn end zone that one damn time I seen. So, what the fuck, man? I mean, you ain't shit, man. If you ain't got your team behind you and standing behind you, and that's what this damn money is doing right now. The one that's getting paid the most is a damn quarterbacks. Why? Because that's supposed to be your team leader. That's where they're paying the money at.
Well, go ahead, brother. Go ahead and run with this topic. I'll be right back. I got to do a 10-100. Run with this topic. Sure.
I mean, yeah, that's supposed to be your team leader is your quarterbacks, and everybody knows that. But and then if your leader's making more than the one that's actually putting the work, and that's my view right now, is because you got your damn offensive line right there. They're supposed to be the one that's protecting the quarterback and keeping him safe from the onslaught of a damn pass rush. Just rushing right at the damn quarterback. But they're the ones behind there that's from doing that. And if they're not blocking like they should, that's what Bama's been having problems with. But let's go get to the quarterback and sack him. Unless he's a good runner like Milroe and even Bryce Young. He had that problem. But I think he got some NIL money too. But he scrambled and run a little bit there, Bryce Young. But he had injuries, and I'm not so sure that Milroe had injuries too. Because I've seen him limp around there too. But that's what's going to happen whenever you single this shit out, and we don't get back to tradition, and we don't cap this damn shit here with money and shit that they shouldn't be getting, and we need some damn fucking restrictions on that, and that needs to be with the college itself. Now, is that every college going to do that? No, they're not. No, why? Because it's going to ruin the competition for them. Because to me, you're going to have more unity if the college is more in control of the money than the damn individual itself that's getting the money.
But the problem you got is...
Go ahead.
But the problem, I've been a preacher of that from when it started. I have. You've been with me when we was with CTS, everyone was helping it, going on. I was it needs to be on the colleges control their money. That I will agree
Correct.
with totally, 100%.
Correct.
But with that, there's got to be guidelines. How much can they divvy out at each time? Do they hold the money? Do they graduate or try? Whatever. They got to be guidelines on that. But with that being said, my biggest thing I got is it was Milroe and Carson Beck deal is when it comes out to end, and I'm sorry, Carson Beck is going to be making more money next year than Milroe. So what that's going to set off is your starting quarterback is not safe at your college. They're going to put their name out there to the highest bidder every single year. There's no loyalty. One more thing to tear down the tradition of college football. One more thing, college sports. That you lose your team captain, your team leader because of money. I'm sorry. That ain't how you're supposed to raise these young men. You're supposed to work hard for your money, no doubt. Supposed to take care of your family. Supposed to get good education. So when football fails, you got something. Because you know well as I do, these young men going to blow this damn money. You know well as I do. They ain't going to have jack crap left over. It's like all these lotto people who wins all these 10, 20, $100 million. They're broke in 4 years.
Yep.
Because nobody's even teaching these young men how to damn write a check, much less a deposit slip. Nobody's teaching them. They all only know now. And they're getting fed, oh, you're the greatest thing in the world. Oh, God, you're there. All right, fine. You are right now. What are you going to do when you're 40? What are you going to do then? Nobody's teaching them how to take some of this money, invest it in stocks, invest it in whatever for future money coming in. So when you are retiring, you're living off the bank's money because of interest. You're living off of that. CDs you put in, and you held back on all the partying. You held off on some of that bling. So you got something to live on comfortably and happily in your older years. Not like this dumbass. Not me. No, I was a partying ass folk. I party like motherfucker. That's why I'm broke now. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, seriously, that's what I'm seeing. This why everybody's watching this one thing. Players at the Yang Yang, high school level, elementary, all of them is going to be watching this, and that's how they're going to make their future decisions. Not because of what happened on the field of either one of these players. Not because Carson Beck is not all that in a bag of chips. Nobody wanted to admit it. It was the players around him that made him so great. Nobody wanted to admit this.
Yep.
But it's facts.
You're right. You're right.
All right. You got anything else you want to say on that before I move on to my next one?
Yeah, I mean, you seen the difference, whenever they had Ladd McConkey and all them others there that's left and went on to higher ground, that did that, Why you seen who he didn't have nobody to throw to, he didn't have nothing to run, he didn't have none of that shit there, So what good is that,
True. Now
if you're just out there on a damn go ahead.
Now, I'm going to agree with Justin right here. He thinks that Jalen will go in the first round. It wasn't his fault that he had a bad season this year. Well, actually, Justin, I agree with you. But he's had 2 bad seasons. And on top of that, he did not improve. There was nothing, he did not show improvement. He digressed because his touch on his long passes was worse this year. But I will agree, when he goes in the combine, he will impress the holy hell out of everybody. You couldn't ask for anybody that actually worked harder on his trade than Jalen Milroe. All the stories I hear, him being the first one in the weight room, when everybody else got there, or as they tried to beat him, they couldn't. And then he'd go to class. When he get done with class, he'd hit the weight room again, and he'd be in film study for everybody. I can that part I gotta give you. But if you did that much work, as long as he's been in Alabama, how come he didn't get better? What are we missing? What are we missing as fans that we don't know about Jalen Milroe? Me personally, I'm saying we have not had, even under the great Nick Saban, we have not had that quarterback guru coach that could teach quarterbacks the proper way to be a quarterback, to improve them. We've had great coaches, don't get me wrong. We've had some sorry-ass coaches. But we've had nobody that could teach him how to place his foot, how to read defenses. They just say, hey, man, he's an athlete. He can run like hell. That's just called running plays. Fuck it, you know. It kills me. The man was done wrong at the University of Alabama. I'm sorry. I love Alabama. Y'all know I do. I love Alabama. But if that young man there was somewhere else with a good quarterback coach, oh, yeah, he'd win the Heisman in a damn heartbeat. But at this time, y'all, I got a guest that wants to come on. So give me 1 second. Let me bring on our guest real quick. And let me see. Does he have anything up in him? I don't know if he does or not. I don't even think he's worthy. Let's see what we got here.
This guy's not going anywhere. Doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
Welcome to the show, Deuce. What's up, brother?
Hey, guys. Hey, how y'all doing now? You doing good?
So you came in here for a reason. What do you want to talk about?
I just want you to talk about Jalen Milroe, stuff like that, the NIL, and Jalen Milroe. Look, I'd say 80% of Jalen's fault, 20% coach's fault because he had, new offensive coordinator, but it's Jalen. Everybody had to be Jalen. He never learned to look off the receiver. He didn't go 1, 2, 3. If his open receiver wasn't open, well, he didn't do anything. I blame Jalen for not being able to read his his progression fast enough. He can go 1, 2, 3, and he couldn't do it. He used to read 1 or 2 and it was gone or sacked. I blame Jalen 100% for it, and I disagree. He's not going to be a first-round pick. If he is, he'll be a running back. Guys, if he goes earlier in the third round, I'll be highly surprised. These guys want to look at him. They're going to see how bad his actual touch passes was. Throwing the ball deep is the easiest pass you can make. Throwing the ball deep is the easiest one. If you can get the ball down there, that's the easiest pass. Make the underneath stuff, the short stuff, out routes, knowing your zones, and knowing when you're running too deep, stuff like that. That's where you learn to be a quarterback. With them deep routes, he can throw the ball. He had a beautiful deep ball. But I'm going to tell you what, NFL is going to chew him up and spit him out.
All right. Well, you got anything you want to say about that, William? He was speaking French Cajun. I don't know if you understood him or not.
I agree with him. He didn't go through
French Cajun.
he's not a game manager. That's my view.
Well,
he ought to be able to, to know that his check his check downs first of all, and then be on the field there and look at the whole field instead of just one area. And that's what he did. He just looked and concentrated on one area. He had a certain man that he wanted to throw to, or 2 men, but he didn't like the fuck open down the field, man.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a damn good game manager.
Nobody took the
You ought to be able to do that on his. He should have been known to do that.
On that, Shirley.
Nobody helped him.
How long has he been playing quarterback? Since high school? Even in high school? They didn't teach him none of that in high school or nothing?
As you know,
none of that?
Not everybody.
Come on, man. It's not just about, okay, I'm in a bind here. I'm just going to come on and run with it.
Well, what they did to him on that is they made him scared last year, not this year, last year, scared to run the ball. He waited till too damn long to run the ball because they was messing with his head. They wasn't giving him straight instructions. They was making, you need to stay in the pocket. You need to stay in the pocket. Wait. He waited too damn long. They didn't teach him, all right, make your first read. You got a hole, you're running. If you don't, here's your second read. If this person comes down, you're going to dump it over him. I'm sorry. Jalen Milroe, to me, is going to be a great quarterback. Now, I'm going to go ahead and predict it right now. Before Jalen Hurts retires in the NFL.
You don't been drinking too much.
Him and Jalen Milroe will be playing against each other on two different teams.
You don't be in on the head, huh? I want in the head, you done been spiked open, yeah?
Whatever you said, yes.
Yeah, I'm just figuring that you listen, like I said, I'm like Jalen. I just disagree with you, man.
That's all right. That's all right. I understand. Disagree with me. I'm good with that. That's why I love this show. We don't all agree. We don't get together and we're going to talk about the same shit. No, we do disagree.
My deal about the NIL real quick, and I'll get out of here and leave you off the ball. NIL has got to get, if they don't put guardrails on NIL money, and what they're going to cause is they're going to have to do like opposed to put salary cap, and everybody knows that. You got to put salary cap on position. The quarterback gets so much, running back gets so much, and that's it. Then what you're going to do, you go back to doing what it was before the NIL days, you're going to start paying players behind the backs, and then all of a sudden now we're doing the exact same thing, except instead of just giving them money all behind the back, you're NIL plus give them money that you're supposed to give them. They're going to find ways to cheat. For a quarterback, you got to, if you don't, Texas will go out there and buy every one of them. Texas has got all kind of money. A&M's got more than they do, believe it or not. I didn't know myself. But Texas A&M and them could buy all the players if they want to. And that's where it's going to be. That's when they start doing that, I'm going to quit watching football. Fuck it. I'm done with it. If you can go out there and buy these players in college, and you can buy them NIL, and you can hear the thing. It's one of my pet peeves, and I hope everybody's listening to me. You hear about NIL, you hear everybody says that guy got tampered with. If he got tampered with, what's the rule? Is there a rule against the NCAA, Mr. Byrne, Alabama guy over? Is there a rule? If there's a rule, enforce it. If you're not guy got tampered with, okay, he's ineligible for an entire year. Wherever he's at, he cannot play for a year. Whoever tampered with him should be kicked out of the sport for 1 year. And now stop some tampering. That tamper's got to go with the way of the dodo. I hate it. Go ahead, Mr. Spencer.
Yeah, I agree with you, but that's a topic for another show. That's something for another show. Right now, we're talking about how bad the football sports tradition is gone. It's rest in peace. It's gone the way they're destroying it. And but why I got you in here, AT? I'm going to ask you this first. I'm going to go to William. Because I have a real good, funny feeling that here in 2025, since the colleges are being made to do profit sharing now, and that players and everybody can't hide their NIL money from the government. I'm thinking they're going to start being some serious taxes, like the NFL guys got to pay on them. What do you think? Because that's going to change. That big dollar looks good till you lose half of it to the government. What do you think?
All right, give me a question again. I had three questions in my head, and when you was talking, I got two minutes my way. Ask that one more time.
Okay, here's the question. Yes, to me, I think in 2025,
yes, sir,
the players are going to be made to have to pay taxes on their NIL money and the money that they are being made to get profit sharing to the colleges.
Right. Okay.
That's going to change their money they think they're getting, because they have not took a math class in forever. So when they say, where's my damn $4 million? No, you only get $2 million because the government gets another $2 million. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. If they don't know, here's the thing. These kids are like Ryan Williams. So if they get a $4 million NIL deal and they don't pay taxes on it, their parents, especially Ryan Williams' parents, Alabama, their parents should have their ass kicked for not telling their kid, hey, you got $4 million, you got to pay tax on that. Go get you
accountant.
People that do taxes or whatever.
CPA.
Get your CPA or somebody that's even better than CPA. Get them to show you how you need to hold out your taxes. Hold out, I'm going to tell you what, always hold out more than you have to. Guys, if I made this out, I made $150,000 there, I make $150,000, and I look up, I'm saying I'm going to be paying, just say numbers, easy to handle. I'm paying $20,000 in taxes. I'm holding another at least 10% out of that 20,000, which would be 2,000, or I'm going to double it. And I'm going to hold out another 12. I'm going to hold out double. I'm talking about, and then at the end of the year, they got to pay me that money anyway. Okay, so the tax man don't come and look for me. He owes me twice, you know. But he look for me very quick. He's gonna be looking for somebody else who's not paying them taxes. But if they don't teach these kids to pay the taxes on it, that's the parents' fault. Because Ryan Williams, he was 17. Everybody keeps talking about that. So his parents know how much money he made on NIL, and if they don't get him paying taxes, that's their fault. And they go have to learn, because like you said, you know, if you get $4 million, you're not gonna get all $4 million of that. So your taxes come out on all this stuff. The government takes their share, or whatever. Then you go buy a car, and you look up, and you got $100,000 left out of $4 million. You're right, Spencer. They got to teach them how to manage this money. 110%, I agree with you.
All right, William. What do you think, bro?
Yeah.
William, what do you think?
Hey, Will, hello.
Well, I thought, yeah, I'm like this over here. I think they should be already paying taxes on them already.
I think there's been a loophole.
Shouldn't they already be paying taxes?
I think there's a loophole in it right now, but that's before the ruling in court that colleges now have to start spending 25% of the profit to athletes. That opens up a whole different can of worms. You are a paid employee now. I'm sorry. You're not being contract yet, but you're getting profit sharing. I'm sorry. It's opened up a whole different, and these young men are understanding what they just did to college sports, or they wouldn't have. I hope they wouldn't have done it. Go ahead, William.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You know, I mean, they're not they're coming to the goddamn school to learn. All right? They're coming to college to learn to trade so they can be getting ready to prepare for the NL fucking L. Okay? That's where the big money's supposed to be coming from. Is the damn NFL, not damn college shit. Let's get back to the tradition, as you said, Vince, to the tradition. You come to college to fucking learn and to better your trade, what you're doing. You know, first of all, to get your education, Bear Bryant and Coach Saban both preach this here, and probably other coaches too have done that. Get your education first. And then how you're doing on your education will determine whether you see the field this weekend or not. You know?
Yeah.
Get back to that. Go ahead.
Stephen Hicks, just so that you know that right now, even in college, they're not doing like the NFL players are having to do yet. But I bet you in 2025, they're going to have to, where they're getting profit sharing now. You know, in the NFL, when players go to a different city and state, they had to pay taxes to their percentage, not your state you live in percentage. So every state that you go play your game in, you have to file and pay taxes in each one of them states that require it. Now, Tennessee is one of the states that does not require income tax.
Yeah,
but California is, and they're high. They're very high. So now we got our players in college that goes to these different states too. It's coming. Go ahead, William.
I was just gonna say, Steven's saying you messing with Buzz.
I got you, Buzz, brother.
Hey, listen, guys.
You messing with it?
Talking about Tennessee. Tennessee don't pay taxes. He's right. You don't pay state tax there, but when you get a car tag there, you pay twice the amount in Tennessee for a car tag you pay for in Alabama. Tennessee will get that money, and they will get that money some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I'll slow down and say this: you go up, you ever over Green Hill Highway 43? It goes into Tennessee. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I was wondering if the mic was behind you.
Okay. Anyway, so if you go up Highway 43 and you cross Tennessee state line, right there you can see the difference in what the lottery does. I won't get off this real quick, but the lottery, if you cross that line, you ever see how great the roads are. Once you cross into Tennessee, how great the roads are, infrastructure is up there in Tennessee is gorgeous. You come inside Alabama, our roads ain't worth a fuck. And that's that part of that lottery. We don't want the lottery. It's going to bring gambling in. It's going to do this. It's going to do all that in it. And maybe I need to turn my sound up or something. I got it loud as I can. Can you
Now,
tell
I
me?
ain't gonna lie, it's the best you ever sound, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
That was a little better.
Okay. Like I said,
Yes,
well, anyway, so you know they didn't want the lottery here in Alabama. Tennessee did, and you see that difference in that. Okay. Now you go back to Neil, and you don't pay tax on it, your ass will go to jail. It's simple as that. Spencer, man, you both know that. But pastor or reverend, you know that too. I'm trying to get this point out real quick and let y'all get on with your show. Go ahead and take off with it, guys.
All right, brother. Because we've lost you totally. I mean, anyway, William, you got any last words? We're over the hour right here. You got any last words?
Well, it doesn't necessarily deal with football, but I do want
Go
to.
for it. Go for it. Don't matter.
I want to show y'all something.
Oh, make sure
Friday. Friday, I am. I promise you, I am. But Friday, 55 years ago, I lost the most precious thing to me, my dear mom. Back in 1970, Friday, and it was heartbreaking for me, an 8-year-old boy at the time, and I love her with all my heart, and she was precious to me. I mean, that's all I got to say. Y'all
No, that's awesome, bro. That's enough said. I mean, that's awesome. That is awesome. I mean,
could you hear him?
Okay. Your mother, prayers for you and your mother. I know she's in heaven looking down on you, because she wasn't looking down on you, you wouldn't be here right now. You know that well as I do.
Well, I did not get to hear what you said. I'm so sorry. Can y'all hear me? Because he broke up so bad I couldn't understand the word you just said, William. God bless your mother, son. She was a great woman. I'm sure she was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, AT, you got anything? Get close to the mic if you do.
I was just trying to get out of y'all's way. I just wanted to come in and say a couple of things and let y'all go on with your show. And by the way, I found out today Pickem was cheating. And so he wasn't cooking.
He was not cheating. Pickem ain't cheating. Pickem is not cheating.
Hey guys, thank you for letting me pop on. Have a great night. And again, thanks for letting me come on your show, William and Spencer. Y'all have a great night.
You too, brother.
My next door button is burning in a long time, so I thought I'd pop on here and give y'all a little shit. But my microphone evidently something going on with it. So roll Tide, and if you ain't for Alabama, you ain't for shit. Fuck you.
There you go.
Class, and I mean, we'll be back next year.
There you go. All right, Nate. All right, you out of here. Appreciate you stepping in. See ya. Roll Tide. All right.
Roll Tide.
Now, here's my last words. Okay. I'm going to start off with men's basketball. Big win, y'all. Big win. 94 to 88 over the ATM. Great job. Great job. Way to represent Alabama. Now, the next one. Women's basketball. Big win. 84 to 78 over Ole Miss. Way to represent. Damn good job. Damn good job. Now I'm gonna give you another big shout out right here. Here's a big shout out to Alabama's gymnastics team. They had their first meet, very first meet. They got a lot of young people, a lot of freshmen in there, a lot of nerves going on. It is their very first meet against North Carolina. North Carolina is one hell of a gymnastic team, y'all. I don't know if anybody in here keeps up with that, but they're damn good. Damn good. But Alabama defeated them in North Carolina. On the road, they defeated them. You go, girls and young men. Appreciate y'all. Damn good job. Damn good job. Big shout out. Now I had to give this one up too. I want to give a big shout out how much I am proud of our swimming and diving team. They have put in a lot of off-season work. They have worked their butts off. They've been hit the weight room. They put the extra time in. They got a great coach. But they came up a little bit short against Tennessee. They did lose the match. but they represented Alabama well. And I am so proud of y'all. Y'all keep the hard work up. You can't win them all sometimes. I just want to let you know here at Bam Dam Sports, we love y'all. We recognize your hard work and just want to say thank you. Thank you. Say we got the last one I want to put up in here, because we're right here. We're in the middle way of January. We're almost right there, y'all. By the time we come back on, we're on the other side of the halfway point. We're almost into February. Woo! That is when I can't wait. The ladies softball kicks off. Oh, it's on like chicken bone. And I'm gonna predict it right now. Our ladies softball Alabama team will be in the World Series. I'm predicting it right now. Right here, right now. You heard it on Bam Dam Sports. You heard it right here. Now I'm sitting over here and say, what AT's got right up here is Grubb coming to Bama. I have no clue. I have no idea. I hope so, because that way, be perfectly honest with you, AT, Coach DeBoyer will have no excuses. This is his year coming up, 2025, and I preached it. I want to give the man his due. It wasn't all his team last year. If Grubb comes to Alabama, if Alabama come off that hip and get him here, he'll have no excuse. We will know what Alabama's all about. We know what kind of team we're going to be with Coach DeBoyer if Grubb comes, and I hope he does. I hope he does. I mean, what do you think, William, on that one before I go to his next comment?
Kudos, and I do want to mention what we talked about earlier before we came home. If y'all, well, I don't know if y'all remember back whenever I was doing the Tradition of Excellence series 100 years ago, in 1925, which would be for the 1925 season for the championship for 1925, and 26 in 1925 and 6. That was our very first back-to-back championship. You see that? Back-to-back. And that's when we got our first one. Then for a taste of what's coming, you know, I believe it can happen again. We can start a damn fucking whole new dynasty again back here to Alabama. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's cool. That's cool. I'm just going to throw these last two up here before we start out of here. Hey,
Wallace Wade, by the way.
AT put two of them up here. Hey, Godfather SEC, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. I apologize, but we do appreciate you being here. But the last two, AT typed up here, after Walmack, who do you want to see defensive coordinator? Right now, I don't give a fuck. Right now, I don't want nobody. Walmack proved to me that he made our team, our defense better. He proved to me. So it's his job to lose. That's my opinion. Then you type in here,
yes, sir.
Sheridan can't call play. Well, no shit. We know that.
Yes, sir.
We know that, bro. That's been our pre. He cannot make in-game adjustments. Him and DeBoyer, they watch film, they come up with a game plan. And he sticks to it no matter how bad we suck at it. Okay. Now, with all that being said, appreciate everybody being here. Love y'all to death. We do appreciate y'all. But we got to slide up in here, out of here, excuse me, because I got to go to work. But Stephen Hicks and everybody, I appreciate every damn one of y'all. Thank y'all so much. Rise up. Good to see you.
Love everyone.
Everybody. A lot of love up in the house.
Kudos to your mom there.
You drank a little bit, you love everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
I know what it's like.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those 3 areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at the time, 4 years from now, why,